let's go ahead. Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers, who, in my opinion, are the only team that could really challenge the Falcons for the division title next year, just looking at the other two situations at the Saints and Buccaneers. But before we get into that, if you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe and hit that bell notification button so Tyler and I can notify you every time we post new content. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's dive right in. So Panthers had a rocky season. Matt Rhule. I almost said Matt Reich. Matt Rhule got fired. They hired Frank Reich. And I think that's an interesting transition, going from a failed head coach who clearly lost the locker room in Indianapolis. I don't know. I think that's a questionable decision, especially in a situation where, all right, you have a somewhat quarterback competition in a weaker offense already. And granted, Frank Reich did have some good years in Indianapolis, but nothing like super successful that I think would warrant a immediate head coaching job right after getting fired. So,
yeah. Oh, I was going to say, yeah, I was kind of surprised by that as well. I mean, he did have some time off, I would say, to think about what all went wrong during his Colts tenure. I think it's an extra 2 to 3 months, I believe. Yeah. And so was a little shocked. But that being said, though, I don't think it's horrible. I also think, too, if you look at what his pedigree, what made him famous, coaching-wise at least, as the Eagles and what he was able to do with Carson Wentz. So now you look at this Panthers team, who actually had a really good defense. After they fired Matt Rhule, the team actually did kind of start to turn it around a little bit. Their offensive line was 15th overall, much improvement over these past couple of years. Yeah. Dante Foreman and Chuba Hubbard combined for 1,300, close to 1,400 yards. Actually, a little over 1,400 yards. I had to do the math there for a second. I had to bring back some poor high school mathematics memories. Anyways, and that offense, actually, they just looked more fundamentally sound.
Yeah.
Being led by a strong defense as well. So offensively, though, they need a quarterback. Sam Darnold, I mean, maybe you ride with him a little bit, because with where they're at now, the guy who's going to be available, either Will Levis or Anthony Richardson, is going to fall to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you have to take one of those guys at that position. But if it's Anthony Richardson, do you just throw him in there and just like trial by fire, or what's the phrase called? I
trial by fire.
Trial by fire. Is that? I thought there was another one. I don't know, but
learning on the job.
Learning on the job, I guess. Yeah, that's probably the better way. That's the one I was going for. Just learn on the job and be like, hey, we're gonna go 1-15 this year, just because our quarterback is a rookie. But we have a defense that could compete. Or do you then still keep Sam Darnold and then have Anthony Richardson and Will Levis learn and grow? Or do you want to mortgage your future and trade with the Bears? And so that to me, I think, is the most interesting conversation around what they do this offseason is their quarterback position. And they have to kind of figure that out before I think everything else kind of falls into place. Because right now they are sitting, I think you said -$8 million in cap or something like that.
They are -$8 million in the cap. And they have a couple key free agents that I actually am just now realizing. So Sam Darnold's a free agent. I don't think he'll be that expensive. Matt Ioannidis, their defensive end. Cam Irving, their right tackle, I believe. Bradley Bozeman, their center. Deontay Foreman.
Oh, I was saying, the right tackle is Taylor Moton.
Sorry, I thought their left tackle was Akim Ekwonu, but I guess he's playing guard for them. No,
I had him playing left tackle.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then Deontay Foreman, and then losing a couple wide receivers and Andre Roberts, Rashard Higgins. Didn't have big years for them, but still just kind of depth there is going to be key. So I think they're in a precarious situation, especially on the offensive side of the ball, because this offensive line, like you said, did improve, but they're going to be losing a couple pieces. And then with that quarterback situation, what do you do? Because PJ Walker will be back. Sam Darnold is a free agent, but he's not going to be expensive. And like they're at 8, they or no 9.
They're at 9.
And like they could try to hope Will Levis or Anthony Richardson falls in their lap. So I think it's a really interesting situation for the Panthers. I still am questioning the Frank Reich signing, but I think they have the best defense in that division. And with Frank Reich coming in, who knows what this offense could do. So
yeah, there is some potential. Another thing too I'm thinking about is I could honestly see them jumping if, let's say, the Raiders don't get a free agent quarterback from Green Bay, or not free agent, I guess trade for a quarterback from Green Bay. That they would also be looking for a quarterback. I could see the Panthers trading up with either Seattle or Detroit, who have 2 first-round picks, and be like, hey, let's trade back. Maybe they get another first-round pick for a future, depending if they really, really are able to kind of swindle that out of the Panthers. I'm not sure what would be fair in that situation. But if they want to go get Will Levis or go get the guy, instead of just being with whoever was there, I think that would be an interesting, actually, kind of outcome for the Panthers to go and do, so they can at least go get a guy that they feel more confident in. Like, hey, if we start him day one, then it's at least it's our guy that we want that was left, instead of just being left with this guy.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, but all in all, I think the Panthers have an interesting outlook and could be competitive in 2023. But let's go ahead. Let's wrap them up there.